So let's talk about like some cultural differences, like with Latin women. This is kind of why like I don't know. I like black women, black American women because we share like the same culture, we share the same like upbringing. So I want to talk about like some of the culture differences I've been experiencing between Latin women specifically, but really just women that's not the same culture as you. But since I have a lot of experience with Latin women, I'm going to focus more on that for now. Compared to like I'm black, so compared to maybe like a black American woman. So like last night, for example, I just got in. I was tired. I got in around 3 o'clock. Boom, I hit the streets, and I'm 2 hours behind. So 3 o'clock here is really 5 o'clock where I'm at in the States. So I go out to dinner with a girl, and it's about 8:30 here, which means it's really 10:30 in the States. Mind you, I was traveling all day. Flight got pushed back the day before. I had to stay in a hotel in Fort Lauderdale just to get here, so I'm already a day behind. So after a day of traveling, a day of walking around, a day of speaking Spanish, which for those of y'all who don't know, it takes a lot of energy, mental work, dog. I go to dinner with this girl. Cool girl, we met months ago online somehow. So it's like, at this point, I just wanted to chill. At this point, I just wanted to chill. So we're just at dinner. I'm just trying to, first of all, we're in the car, and she sees that I'm kind of just like, doing this. And like, she keeps asking me questions and just talking, asking me questions. We already walked maybe like 15 minutes first. So we had the chance to talk and stuff there. I'm in the Uber, it's late at night. I'm just trying to relax, chill, just relax, go to the restaurant. She keeps asking me questions, talking to the Uber driver, asking me questions. And then it's like, okay, if I'm talking to the Uber driver or something, which I noticed this with like other Latin girls too, if I have a problem like understanding or speaking Spanish or something like that, I'm gonna ask you. But what they're doing is they're like trying to like cut me off, trying to insert themselves, trying to say what they think it is I want to say. Most of the time I don't have a problem understanding or speaking. Clearly, me and the driver, we're having a normal conversation, and they try like, she's trying to cut me off and say what she thinks that I'm trying to say, or things that I don't understand, and trying to insert herself and things like that. So like that joint just annoys me. If I need help, I'm gonna ask you, oh, what did he say, or can you repeat, or I'm gonna ask. So I don't know if that's just them trying to be super helpful. That's just in the culture. I noticed that other times too, or if that's just I don't know. I don't like it, and I feel like in the States and people we grew up around. I mean, someone with a level mindset, we know like certain boundaries. We know, okay, don't speak. Someone speaking, let someone to finish before you. Just like certain boundaries, like we know, like even when me and her, when we were walking down the street, she kept like walking on the wrong side of the street. And I said, okay, you walk over here, I walk over here. And she kept veering off, like just walk straight, just walk. So like it was annoying. So then we get into the restaurant, and again, I'm just trying to order, chill. And you guys see context clues. You see that I'm not really talking much. I'm not. Just let it flow. Don't try to like force it. That's another thing why I think like we can understand those clues in the States, but I feel like with other cultures sometimes some of these basic things, they necessarily don't understand. And I mean, these are little things that could possibly add up. And of course, there's pros and cons to everything. But I could definitely see that as like, if I was to spend long term with this person, it would definitely annoy me and possibly be a deal breaker. But you know, they don't know me, I don't know them, so it could just be that as well. So we're in a restaurant. You see, I'm just on my phone. You know, I'm quiet. I'm not saying too much. I'm not doing too much. Just chill. If you ask me a question, I'm giving you one word answer or whatever. Just let me, you know, take a rest and then let me maybe ask you. Then we chill, whatever. You know, you gotta understand the vibe. So that. But then, even when I was in like Colombia, for example, one thing I hate, and mostly every Colombian has done this that I hung out with. I have a drink, large drink, small drink, whatever, don't matter, in the house, whatever. 2 liter, small bottle, doesn't matter. They'd be like, oh, I'm thirsty, or oh, whatever. Can I have some? I'm just thinking, yeah, you can have some. A normal person is just going to get a cup and pour the drink inside of, you know, their cup and drink it. These girls are taking their bottles, just drinking it, drinking out the main bottle. I don't drink after people, and I'll be forgetting to say, oh, you know, don't do that. Oh, do waterfall, because I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people just doing that. So I think that happened in Peru too. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it did. So like that's one of my pet peeves. Like I don't really eat after people, and I definitely don't drink after people. So like soon as I see that, it's like instantly on the inside I'm like I'm kind of mad. And it takes a lot for me to get mad, but it's these like little nuances that I'm not usually don't deal with. So I don't. These are the only things that might make me mad, which I usually don't deal with. But it's different. But you have to remember, you know, you just have to talk, teach, or whatever. You know, this is not how I move. But it's like a shock because, like, it's like, why don't you know this? You know, you always have to remember, you know, where you're at, how you grew up. Everybody didn't grow up the same as you. So, anyways, another thing that I've been realizing is, for example, why I kind of, you know, don't know is because, you know, I really appreciate the fact that, you know, if I meet a girl and we're going to the bar, for example, or we don't know each other, because one song could come on and I can hear the song, she can hear the song, boom, instant vibe. And those are things that, you know, we might take for granted, but those are things that I really appreciate. Whereas I've noticed, like, being over here in Latin America, a salsa song come on, she vibing, I'm not. A rap song come on, I'm vibing, and she not. And of course, you know, you got your little 10%, 15% where, like, we could both vibe. I don't know, Sean Paul or something, I don't know. But, you know, I feel like these are little things that we take for granted. You don't really realize until you're actually, like, dealing with another culture. And so, you know, this is definitely things. It's really like how important are these things to you? Like, that's one thing that's like really important to me. You know, because when I had a girlfriend from El Salvador, even like the jokes, like, oh, that's what he said, that's what she said. You know, I can show you better, I can tell you, know, like just little stuff, little nuances that we say, little verb phrases that we say, they don't translate the same in English. In Spanish, I said what I said, or, you know, whatever like you're used to. So, you know, sometimes, you know, I like to throw that stuff out there as a joke, and they're like, what? I don't get it. Or sometimes, you know, you make a joke that's just funny in the United States, but out there it could be considered rude. So now, instead of just laughing at a joke, now you're finding yourself explaining the joke. And then, same thing. Now they're making a joke that they're used to, that's just supposed to be funny, and you're just sitting there like, okay. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. There's definitely pros and cons But these are some of the stuff I've been noticing where it's like, can I really see myself doing this long term?